Hey everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of Chloe's Thinking Out Loud Again. Can you believe this is episode 8? I actually paused for a minute from the 15th to the 1st. I was actually doing recordings, but I slowed down with actually submitting my podcast. It was something that I needed to do for myself because I had promised myself when I needed a break and felt like I needed a break, I would take it, because that was the purpose of me doing this and saying that I'm going to do this on my own terms and do what feels good to my mind, body, and spirit. So with that being said, here's a 2021 message I want to send to you. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions and all that stuff because I believe that we can change our lives daily, hourly, and at a blink of an eye. We can decide that we want to do better. We're going to do better anytime. So I don't think that it has to be a new year for us to start believing in ourselves and saying, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to make it happen. And, all the typical New Year's Eve stuff that we hear all the time. But what I wanted you to bring into 2021, with you, is that you're doing fine. You're doing fine. And especially in the year that we just had, if you come out of this year loving yourself and holding on to life, you are doing fine. Like, this year was a rough year. But here's what I really want to touch on. Your success have to be defined by you. What does your success look like to you? It can't be what you see on TV or what you see on social media. It has to be defined by you. Because what happens is a lot of us, and I'm going to speak to the single women really quick. A lot of us are single and we're in the best position that we could ever be. I need you to know that for those that are single, you are in the best position that you could ever be in your life right now, because you have the opportunity to work on you 100%. You have a opportunity to dig deep. So if you're single and you're going into 2021 and you may not have done this in 2020, or you were working on it, you had started on it in 2020, imagine what single life looks like for you. What do you want single life? Don't think of, when I get a man, when I find that perfect person. Let's forget about that for a minute. You're in the perfect position to find out what you really want. And what does that look like for you? Grab a notebook, grab a pen and some paper and write down, what does that look like? What does your life, what does becoming your dream woman looks like to you? I have been working on this for a minute, becoming your dream woman. And I'm telling you, when I have researched for like the last 3 to 5 years in reference to this topic, I mean, you have to decide what that looks like to you. What does your dream woman looks like to you? Like, you're in the perfect, even people that are in relationships, don't think that I'm not talking to you too, because you can always work on you. This is the thing. And this is what happens when we get into relationships. We tend to forget about ourselves. We tend to forget about the person who we were, who attracted that person before. So we become the secluded person that becomes boring. So I'm talking to you too when I'm speaking about becoming your dream woman. But why I kind of like mentioned single women, because as single women, sometimes we think that we're in this lonely place, because I've been there and I know that it's up to us to look at it differently. When I was in this lonely state, it just felt like nothing was going right, and I was looking at other people. And what put me in this lonely state was comparison, was me comparing my life to other people's life, to what I saw. And I don't know if you don't know it by now, some people can make their lives look beautiful. This is why I said now is the time to dig within yourself, look at you, and figure out what it is that you want your life to be like. What is it? What does your dream woman look like to you? What does she have to offer? What qualities do she have? I made myself miserable comparing myself to other people. Everybody has problems. Every person. But what makes some people lives look so much better is the way they camouflage and hide their problems, or they don't put them out to the world. And that's okay. Like, I don't want people to think that it's not okay for you to put your best foot forward, because nobody wants to see all the drama all the time. I know I don't surround myself with those people anymore that are constantly about drama. And I had to get rid of that. And that's a whole nother subject of getting rid of people that don't belong in your life, that are supposed to be there just for a reason and a season. Some people are in our lives for a reason and a season. Some people are there to teach us something. Some people are there to be through winter and spring, and when summer hits, they're supposed to be gone. And we have to learn to and figure out what that looks like too. But let's go back into what I was talking about previously. The thing with being single is you have to learn what it means to be single. Like, you have the perfect opportunity to find out what it is you want in life, and don't put emphasis on someone else. Put the emphasis wholly on you. What does it look like? This is the time that you can ask yourself those important questions. Well, what led me to be in the position that I'm in? What led my life to be where it is at this point? And not saying that anything is wrong, because let me tell you what I realized, what 2020 has given me. Hindsight, 2020 have given me like an eye-opening experience. Like it has opened me up, because I had time to spend to myself, like wholeheartedly, with no interruptions here and there, but I was able to work through it. But what it has allowed me to see is that everything that I want and need is within me, and all the other things is just icing on the cake. So what I want you to bring into 2021 with you is that you are the bomb. Like, now is the time for you to really work on you and let yourself shine. Like, work on you wholeheartedly. Ask yourself those questions. And let me tell you something. We talk about spirituality, but what no one talks about is how hard it is. It's not a walk in the park. It's not, here are your 10 commandments and you follow it. No, it's digging deep into your past, digging deep into your history, digging deep into your lineage. Like, you realize some things about yourself that was passed on from generation to generation, and breaking those curses, man, they are hard. And I'm not going to lie to you, breaking those curses can be painful, because it means that sometimes you have to seclude yourself from the people that you love. Sometimes it means that you're going to have to do things that you never would have thought you would have done. Breaking a curse sometimes go back to maybe even saying to a parent, I love you, but I have to love you from a distance until I'm able to love you properly. Like, it's digging deep, because all of this is your problem. All of this is things that you have figured out and you need to work out. I see people complain about their parents 24/7. Complaining does nothing. What's the remedy? Like, stop swinging from the trees screaming, my parent has hurt me, my parent did this, my parent did that. Okay, your parent was working with the knowledge that they had, the same as you. You made choices based on what you knew. So what you take into 2021 with you is working on you. Like I said, grab a pen and paper and decide to become the best person that you can be. Even if you mess up, let me tell you, there's some days where I go back to my same ways. But being that now that I check myself continuously, I can say to myself, yo, you're going back into that same thing that you used to do. It's time to come out, and it's okay. And it may take some time. Let me tell you, I had something that happened to me a couple of months ago where I feel like I was falling back into this depression. And if it wasn't for me taking notes on what to do when I start to feel like this, I would have stayed in this state for a long time. I had wrote notes to myself where when you start to feel low, get out and get some air. Start your walking. No matter how you feel, start your walking. Start playing your music. Put a playlist together for times like this. Nothing sad and mushy. Something that gets you upbeat and dancing and meditating and working on yourself and helping others. Let me tell you something. There's power in helping someone else. I don't mean toxicity. I don't mean you helping your girlfriend that has these continuous issues over and over and come to you 24. I'm talking about helping others become great, helping others maintain just a regular lifestyle that can't. Helping others will bring out so much in yourself. What people don't realize is that when they're helping others, they're actually helping themselves. They're helping themselves. My goal this year is to make a certain amount of money to continue to grow, to continue to feed myself spiritually, where I can help others. My goal is to make myself self-sufficient so that I can help other people. And there's nothing selfish about that. Nothing selfish about that.